wasn't doing. He wasn't in the gym.
Wow.
I bet you that.
Come on,
He wasn't with me. He might have spent a lot of time at the tattoo parlor. He was not at the dinner table eating what the nutritionist had advised.
Oh my God.
He looks happy.
Okay.
He is thick.
He thick.
Yeah, he's built like a girl work at Onyx in Atlanta right now on the bottom.
Come on now.
All right, I see both sides of the coin on this. I understand why Tua upset. I understand what Ryan Clark said what he said initially, and I appreciate Ryan Clark for going over his apology. If you don't know, what you're watching is a video right now, which I'll play at the end of this. Ryan Clark is apologizing to Tua for his comments. Ryan Clark is trying to stay on TV. ESPN is laying off people. That's why don't get me wrong, he's talented. A lot of people want him, but he has a lot of different jobs just in case shit go down. He's a trainer. If you don't know that, he's a trainer with a famous gym for NFL players and just athletes in general. My man is on the pivot. My man does ESPN, and he got kids in college, okay? He got kids to help put through college. That man is trying to stay on ESPN and not try to get laid off. So during the football segment, my man just talks about Tua and how he looks different. He's changed his body. I mean, he's gotten a little thicker in the thighs, and he got a lot of tattoos, which is a part of his heritage. Basically, the joke was, you ain't been in the gym, you ain't been eating right, and you look like a stripper down there at Onyx in Atlanta. Well, on the flip side of it, Tua gets asked about this after a training camp practice or whatever the case may be, which is odd, super odd. Why are you asking something that a random ESPN analyst talked about him? And Tua was like, yeah, I heard it, and this is some bullshit. And he was basically saying, Ryan, keep my name out of your mouth, and also I'm Samoan and we'll get scrappy. I don't care. It's whatever. It just doesn't match up a lot. It's like, why are you watching ESPN at the time? You should be getting ready for the season, and why are you worried about that? But he did give a lot of context because he had to get bigger to try to prepare his body. He's putting in a lot of work into his body so he doesn't go through the same years as he's gone through before. He's got injured with some concussions, trying to learn how to fall, trying to be able to take more of those hits, so he's kind of bulked up. And he did go to the tattoo shop. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, the umbrage got back to Ryan, and Ryan was basically like, bruh, it ain't even that serious. I'm just trying to make jokes. I'm trying to get entertaining people, blah, blah, blah. But Ryan said, you know what? I'm going to apologize. And there's a lot of different reasons that go into it. I think Ryan is very emotionally intelligent, and he says, you know what? I'm a former player. I felt like the critique went too far once I saw the negativity, just being negative, and not as a laughing kind of thing. And I've done that on this channel. I've put out videos where I'm trying to be funny or be informative, and sometimes, it gets more of a negative reaction, and that's not really what I wanted. But for me, I don't give a damn. So moving on, I don't know if it's going to be over per se, but it definitely seems like, the pivot wants to be in Miami. That's where Channing Crowder played, and I'm sure that was something, there was a vested interest in that kind of apology. But I think Ryan would have made that apology before, especially when he's wrong. However, hopefully everyone can move on from this and just look at the facts. 2 years thick, boy. You look like you've been eating a little bit, and that's all right. And you can't be as sensitive. Now, I will say one point. Tua is coming out firing. If you saw 2 weeks ago, he was talking about making the media, say a normal NFL play because he was getting so much criticism. And I really think he wants to go about it his way. His career really could have been over in the last season. Like, I don't understand how he was allowed to keep coming back when his fingers were going all kind of craziness. Yet, whatever, we just turned the other way and he put him back in the NFL game. So I feel he was close to saying, you know what, I can't play this game anymore. So since he's back, he's going to go at everybody. I do see a different aggressive edge to him on this season. And if you talk about him, he's coming after you. Anyway, enough of me talking. I appreciate y'all. Heritage Sports. I'm going to play the apology in its full after this.
Tagovailoa had to answer questions about something I said on Monday, something that I truly just felt like was a joke to me, that I realized as the week has gone on, if this man has to answer questions about it, if so many Miami Dolphins fans are offended by it, then people ain't taking it as a joke. So let me be very clear. if I've offended you, Tua, if I've hurt you, if I've disrespected you, if anybody that supports and loves you feels some sort of way because of what I said, I truly apologize. I had 2 priorities when I started this job. Number 1, respect the players and the executives and the coaches that make this game run. Number 2, it was earn the respect of those very same people, and more importantly, keep it. Anything contrary to that, then I gotta check myself. Now, don't get me wrong, my ego was involved. When Tua was asked about how he felt about these comments and he said, keep my name out your mouth, yeah, my first thought is, or what? Or when he says he's scrappy, I think to myself, man, I fed my family on violence. I ain't tripping on that. But that's the pride that doesn't enable me to see what this dude's going through. The constant criticism, the constant scrutiny, constantly being questioned, feeling the stress of always having to prove yourself, just to show people you can be available. And then you work throughout the entire offseason, which I talked to his trainer and said, that man was in there 3 times a day to build himself up to be healthy. And you gotta hear a comment like this? So I get it. I get it because I do want to respect Tua Tagovailoa. I get it because I want his respect too. So to the Miami Dolphins, to head coach Mike McDaniel, who I have a ton of respect for, but most of all, to Tua Tagovailoa and his family, I deeply apologize. I've reached out. I hope to talk to you soon, brother. But just know, I wasn't questioning the way you work. I wasn't questioning how much it mattered to you. It was what I can consider now a bad joke. But for me, it's been a lesson. I'll be better. Thank you.